We really believe that technology plays an absolutely huge role in the efficiency of food production and the abundance of food. So one of the things that stands in the way, or traditionally has stood in the way, of the adoption and the use of technology is this whole question of whether or not consumers really want it, whether they have some kind of concern about the use of it in food production or the use of modern management practices. So we commissioned a study. This study looked at data for a 10-year period of time, 100,000 consumers, 28 countries, very much a global study. And what this study told us, first of all, it was based on good research, it was unbiased, it was open-ended type questions, and then it was followed up with consumer spending data. So very credible. It wasn't a leading the witness kind of market research study. Or that was the criteria we used in pooling these studies. What the results showed us was that 95% of consumers primarily are concerned about taste, affordability, and nutrition. 95%. Again, that's 100,000 consumers over a 10-year period of time. Only 4% concern themselves with organics or management practices or where food was raised or how it was raised. And again, those groups are not necessarily totally separate and distinct. You know, some that are primarily what we'll call lifestyle buyers, the 4%, also make affordability decisions sometimes in buying their food. The 95% sometimes will make luxury choices, if you will. So it's kind of fluid back and forth. But definitely 95% primarily make their buying decisions, their food buying decisions on taste, affordability, and price. It's only a very, very small segment, a fringe segment that is very politically active and working toward food bans and production practice bans and technology bans and so on and so forth. And too often we've catered to the fringe, the very small minority. We've let them impact regulation and legislation, and retailers have allowed them, allowed that fringe to impact their decisions as well in terms of what kind of positions they take in the dairy case or the meat case and so forth. So our message really is the myth has been dispelled. It's not an issue with consumers. Technology is not an issue with consumers by and large. And that paves the way for producers and ranchers to have all the tools in their toolbox that they need to produce safe, affordable, abundant food, and to do it at a profit. They have to be efficient, and efficiency leads to affordability and abundance in terms of the overall food supply. So that's kind of where we're at, and we believe that that technology enables basically three rights, and that's what the white paper is about: the right for the moral right that people have to food, the right that consumers have for choice, and the fact that sustainability is environmentally right, or the right that future generations have to the availability of land and water and air to sustain life. So that's our premise, that technology enables or ensures those three rights. And once we dispel the consumer myth, it does pave the way for us to have the tools in the toolboxes that we need to produce safe, affordable food.